Hi guys, what is up?
Hello, we are back again with another podcast.
Yes,
Yay!
this is our
First music podcast. So
boom.
we're going to be discussing a couple of things today. I think we've got
More than a couple, but yes.
Yeah, we've got 4 topics to be talking about today. First one being, we're just going to get straight into this and start talking.
You say it.
Fine. Earlier this week, Of Mice and Men's newest single dropped. It's called You're Not Alone.
Yes, it is.
And it is from an upcoming album from next year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's next year, isn't it?
It's coming out
next
January.
Year. Yeah.
The album's going to be called Restoring Force. Take from that what you will.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
we've both done our own little reviews, which is how it's going to work. We're both going to discuss our own opinions on what we've listened to and
Because opinions on the internet, well, that's going to go down very well.
so yeah, this is just from our point of view, and we're going to start with that. So, Of Mice and Men, You're Not Alone. I'm going to let Adam start this one with what he's decided from it.
I'm not much of like a Mice and Men kind of listener or anything, so with a Mice and Men, it was like going in with a clean slate from what I've already listened to. I thought it was particularly good. There's a few things that I'm not too keen on it with, but let's stick to the positives first, maybe. I was thinking that the instrumental was brilliant, and the lyrics really did match the instrumental, in my opinion. The way they went about it as well, with the great combination between screams and the singing, that was a nice effect. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it was a bit different for me, because if you listen to like The Flood and any song from that album, it's kind of like very different. Like there was a lot more screaming in their previous album. Like this one, they kind of like toned it down a bit, which is a bit odd in my opinion.
Maybe it's because of loss of voice. Maybe
I
they
don't know,
can't do
but
it anymore.
Austin's screams weren't as big a part of it as they used to be. Like there was more singing from the band than anything else. Other than that, I thought it was a really good song. It's a very different approach to their music, to be fair. Like the meaning's still there. Like all their songs have had the same meaning, really. Like the stay strong kind of message, and like as the song is called, you're not alone. Like they're there,
Giving hope.
Yeah. So yeah, there was a very uplifting tone compared to the other ones. The other ones were quite angry, kind of thing. Like same message, but with a more forceful tone, kind of thing.
Yeah, what was the title of their new album they're calling it again?
It's called Restoring Force.
Maybe it's kind of like the uplifting thing now.
Yeah.
Maybe they've gone through that angry side and it's just like, let's kind of restore something.
Yeah, my thought of it is I'm not sure whether it's going to be like the anthem of the album and the rest of it's going to go back to what they normally do, or whether it's a new stage for them. Whether they're going to like...
I think it'd be great if it was a new stage, because keeping with the same stuff, yes, okay, everyone would be like, yes, it's of Mice and Men, and they're doing their stuff as usual, whatever. But going onto a different album with a new approach is a really good way to push boundaries.
It's been done. Quite a lot of bands do this. Like not too long ago, Asking's new album came out. It was very different. It was much more rock than metalcore. There was much more singing and gruffness. And I'm wondering if Mike and Men are going to take a very similar thing. Like I know the singing isn't gruff, but I'm wondering if they're going to go more rock than metal. I'm wondering if they're taking that direction with their music now.
Well, it appeals more a wider audience, I suppose, because some people have that opinion of the type of genre that metalcore is and whatever, like not to be that good, whereas the genre of like the rock and the gruffness of that, like it would appease more fans. Maybe
it is to get a bigger fan base. I'm looking at your jumper.
Let's not sidetrack. Wrong podcast.
I do like it. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I do like it's just different from them. Like I'm trying to think of a song from the Flood where there was less screaming. And I can't think of one off the top of my head. Someone will tell me. Someone will be shouting in the comments section that I'm wrong and that they've done this before. And it's not that different, but I really can't think of one off the top of my head.
Yeah, so many fangirls maybe are going to be like, no, this and this, and then they'll try and argue their point, but it's the point, it's what we think.
But
so
the point's coming out. As well as the song being a bit softer than normal, there is quite a heavy breakdown in the middle of it.
Oh, I love that.
That was just proper fucking headbanging shit.
No, it's...
No, we're not censoring.
I think it really matched the song. I think everything they've done with that song, and I reckon their new album, I reckon I'm going to get that shit. I'm going to get that shit.
Get that shit.
Literally, I like the fact of their old stuff. I'm not a fan of them. If there was on, I'd listen to them. But I think if with their new stuff that I might be actually more...
So you kind of don't like the heavier chugging breakdown?
No, not at all.
Screaming.
No, I had that period of when I... Let's not sidetrack. Let's not sidetrack. I had that period in my teenage years where I was really into that stuff, but now I'm kind of maturing. Yeah, maturing, whatever. It's kind of, my music taste has really changed quite a bit.
I'm going to vouch for that because it's like, I'm the reason you like this type of music. But yeah.
Yeah, literally, Michael's the reason why I'm into the music that I am.
I'm trying to, like, it was really... I keep saying the word different, but I don't want to keep saying the word different. I don't know how to explain how I feel about it, because I do really like the song, but I'm not sure why I like it, because it's not the Mice and Men I'm used to.
Maybe they're trying to add a bit of flavour to, you know, maybe they're going to have some of that old style stuff on there, but maybe they're going to slightly push the boundaries with a couple of songs, so then they keep their current fans the way they are.
Happy with the breakdowns in it.
Yeah, but they're going to try and invite a wider audience. Yeah, I think that's probably the way they're gonna go with it. But if not, like, I'm really looking forward to actually hearing their new album after just hearing that one song.
Like, going back to the structure of the song, it starts off with like some really nice rocky riffs.
Yeah.
And like about, I think about 3 minutes into that, there's a quite powerful breakdown which we're used to hearing from them. But then it goes to this really slow, calming kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it although it's quite different, like I keep saying, it really is nice. It all blends in well. Like it transitions really good. Like sometimes you listen to a song and it'll go into that point where it's going to come into the breakdown, and then the breakdown hits and the breakdown absolutely sounds terrible. Like,
oh yes, we've had a couple of them.
Yeah, we've heard loads of them. Michael was actually YouTubing it like a couple of weeks ago or whatever, and he just found like 10 of the worst ones and was listening to it, and it did not fit the song absolutely.
The song was probably one of my favourite breakdowns as well as the worst one in the same song.
Shall we put it in the description?
Well, yeah, we'll leave all the links to everything we talk about in the description.
Yeah, we'll link dump it.
Also, speaking of which, there is a download link for this song on their website, and it's on the Michael Bowman website.
Yes, it's the pre-order for the album.
It's not on iTunes yet, is it?
I've checked. I could check again now.
Yeah, we don't think it's on iTunes yet, but...
so as we're talking, I'm just loading that up, then I'll load iTunes up.
But yeah, if any links to do anything we talk about that we find will be put in the description for you to find.
So then it'll make it a lot easier for you guys.
Yeah, you can just go to the description, click on the link. Like, there is an iTunes pre-order. But you can, yeah. There's a pre-order for iTunes, which we'll leave in the description as well, because everything will be there.
Just make sure it's worldwide and not just American, because sometimes it is country-based.
Yeah, we'll leave any details like that as well, 'cause we don't have them right now, but they will be there. So check that. Don't go in the description moaning about it, because we have told you. Right?
In the comments moaning about it, not the description.
Okay. We good?
I like how you're actually making thumbs, even though they can't see you.
They can imagine.
What?
They can imagine.
Let's not sidetrack.
Move to the second topic we got?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for it.
That was me getting rid of the previous topic.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, next today, should we talk about the album or should we talk about one of the newer bands which we're hearing about?
It's to you.
Okay, we're going to move on to an album which has recently come out. I think it came out 2 weeks ago, this album. I think it's like something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
1 or 2 weeks ago.
Not long ago.
By a band from Minnesota, America. They're called Reflections. You might have heard them, I don't know. But this is their second release now. Yeah, this is their second album. It's called Exist.
With like the silent S.
Yeah, Exist with brackets around the S, but you know, whatever.
There's actually something to pick up on with that, which we'll discuss soon.
So, yeah, where to start with this? I guess we could start from like talking about the album in general. We talk about generally the album.
Yeah, let's
and then we'll talk about specific songs to do with that.
Oh, before we move on to that topic, Of Mice and Men, Restoring Force is actually able to pre-order on iTunes for £7.99 in pounds.
Can you download that track they've released already, or does that only come with the?
Oh yes, you can buy it.
You can buy that.
Yes, you can buy that track.
So we'll leave links to all that jazz in the description if possible.
Yes, just thought I'd put that there.
All right. So on to Reflections Exist.
Yep.
That sounds so weird to say like that, but
it does actually. Thinking about it now.
Yes, they do. They do exist. I'll start this one scene and I'll start the last one. My overall opinion on the album was, if you've listened to their previous album, which I really don't remember the name of now, but their first album, which they released last year, is very samey. There isn't much difference from what they did. This is contradicting what I said about Mice and Men thing, that I'm not sure what I thought of the change.
It's a complete polar opposite, maybe.
Yeah, like the album sound like they've got the same chugging and the weird like scratching down the strings and quick solos and technical like riffs. It's just the same. Like I accept that there's a couple of songs on the album the sixth song on the album,
which is My Cancer.
My Cancer. That tries to change things. Wow.
That really sets it apart, actually. I was thinking.
Bridges. That changes the tempo of the album. That changes how it feels. Bridges.
You just said that one.
Not Bridges. Lost Pages even. I'm trying to look around to look at the song list, track list.
You went straight to My Cancer, then you went to Bridges, then you went to Bridges, and you was like, oh no, Lost Pages.
Yeah, but Lost Pages is very different as well. That's probably the most different one.
It's all in the middle where it changes a bit.
And then I think after that it just goes back to angry, like scratchy, technical riffs.
Still pretty good though, not gonna lie.
There's more use of synths this time though. The first time was just full on guitars and drums. And
they used it quite effectively as well.
Yeah,
in a very effective manner.
Like I think the opening track is its use of strings is very, very good. Like it builds up how the album's going to sound through that, and I do really like that. I really like the opening track. The opening track kind of built and built and built and built, and then into some really powerful chugging. Like that will seriously be a good song to start a set with. That would definitely get people moving. Are there any thoughts on any specific tracks?
I wouldn't say any specific tracks, but the whole album in general. Riley sent me the playlist for it on YouTube, and before I listened to that, I actually took it upon myself to check out some of their older stuff because I didn't really know about them beforehand.
They've got quite a lot of playthroughs where you can see how technical these riffs are.
Oh, I know, I've seen them as well. Like, it really is really technical, actually. And I was just watching all of them, and I heard all their old stuff. And then I went to listen to their new stuff, and yeah, like Michael said, it's very samey, but there is that difference in the middle section. I'm not into that style of music, but it's very, very good how they've done it, I must admit.
I spoke about what I like about the album. Any specific things you like about it? Like anything you can name?
That was consistent with it. Everything sounded pretty good.
It sounded like it all fit together.
Yeah. There was a couple of moments though when I was sat there and I was just like, I don't know if that transition was good enough as it could have been, but I couldn't really say which song it was though, because like, you know, kind of hard to say, because it's just like, I don't know, they all had that good moment of they've brought themselves back and redeemed it.
I'm sorry to bring the mood of this down, but I was disappointed with some of the songs. There was one main song that I thought, no, that should have been done really differently.
Well, to be fair though, it's not about the whole thing of we're bigging them up because this is our thoughts.
This is our review of their album.
And no reviewer can be so biased, can they? Like, unless they're paid to be biased, but this is just us and it's our thoughts.
So, specifically, track 6,
My Cancer.
That one annoyed me. It annoyed me because of the rest of the album.
Right.
Like, the whole album, the screams were the same.
Very
There
consistent.
were all these growling, angry things. I was there getting a bit bored of hearing the screams and was more interested, so I started listening to the guitar and drums.
Right.
I just ignored the vocals.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Just to point out, I do screen vocals, so I really can tell, because I do it myself, so I can hear it. But track 6 started off different to the rest of them. There was actually something in the vocals. There was some emotion in it. I don't know if you heard that.
Yes, I did. I was paying attention to it.
It was quite a slow start to the song, which I quite liked. With like mainly drums. The drums were brilliant throughout the album. Just to put that out there.
Brilliant
Brilliant
drummer.
So you hear it in his voice that the song means something to him.
Yes.
And then about a minute in, it just goes back to the angry growling.
Yeah, what I was on about with the transitions, I think they should have kept that song the way it was, like beginning, like kept it all the way to the end, because it kind of ruined the emotion of it. It like the lyrics, yeah, okay, probably the lyrics meant something still, but they should have kept it all the way it was. Yeah.
There's a couple of other things that annoyed me if I can find them. Because I have my notes, as you might be able to hear the paper moving around.
Yep. Waiting for him to read his notes.
I should have really prepared for this a bit better.
Yeah, should have.
But I think that was my main rift with the album.
Yeah.
I think my main problems with it were they were just you probably wouldn't be able to tell the first album and the second album apart. If you were to mix up the tracks between them, you wouldn't be able to tell. Apart from track 7 and 8 because they're linked with synths and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think there was much difference between them, as well as the very, very samey vocals.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I'm not saying the vocals were bad, I did like the vocals. But they should have mixed it up a bit between the emotional vocals and the angry vocals. And
yeah, like actually pushing that boundary.
Yeah.
Like stepping up a notch. That kind of thing. Because, yeah, okay, it'll keep all the same fans happy. But
it's not diversifying, and it's not
testing your ability and what you can do. Like, the best thing to do is always test yourself. Okay, it may not feel good for you to be doing it. You may not be happy doing it, but at least try it though. Even if it doesn't go on that album.
It's not really about whether it feels right to do it. It's more whether it works. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work, because you've attempted it. And if it doesn't work, don't do it again. You've tried it. If it doesn't work, people then have their opinion that it didn't work, and then you go back to what you were doing anyway. I think that would be a better way to do it. It'd be the way I would do it.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd have a go at something. If it doesn't work, don't do it.
And you're a man of a band yourselves. With actual
we'll talk about that another time. We're reviewing at this stage.
But yeah, you know a lot more to do with like the whole bands and whatever. So it's like, yeah, you're the guy for it all.
I think the use of synth was very good as well, to be fair. The use of synth throughout the album.
Yeah, it really did set it apart, actually. Yeah.
There was a lot of good synth sections being just throughout, like from the very beginning to I think the very last song ended with very similar synths.
Which was really good, I suppose, though, because it kind of adds that new element to it, I guess.
A bell section even. It wasn't synths at the end, it was bells, like ding, ding,
Ding. Yeah.
Trying
to recreate the noise.
If you didn't know what a bell sounded like, there you go.
Wow.
I think it was track 6 to 8 that kind of annoyed me with the album, like, because track 5 kind of changed it with the female vocals in it.
Yeah.
I keep calling it tracks. Last Pages had female vocals in it, like it was more of an anthem-y kind of thing. Like, I think that would be my standout song from the album. Track Lost Pages.
Yeah, either that or My Cancer, I suppose. But I really do think that My Cancer should have just stayed.
Yeah, My Cancer should have like used. Like I don't mind the angry vocals being there, but I think they should have gone back at least to using the emotional.
I want to sidetrack us a bit here.
All right.
My Cancer was kind of like a bisexual. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It either wants to be that emotional side or that very aggressive side.
The aggressive side they've been doing throughout the whole album and
Yes.
previous.
So it kind of wants to do both at that point, doesn't it?
Mm.
So it's kind of taking both. I think that's how I describe that song. I just link it to bisexuals.
Being a bisexual.
I have no idea why. It just makes me laugh, I suppose, because it's just like very, very good.
I don't understand that reasoning. I don't understand it.
Bad reasoning.
But yeah, the beginning of the album started very, very strong. From tracks 1 to 5, there was a very, very strong opening, and then 6 to 8 kind of died away, and 9 to 10 kind of went back. But
It pulled it back.
yeah, it kind of pulled it back to what the beginning of the album was, and what I think they were aiming to make the album be.
They recovered it quite well towards the end, but if it would have stayed in shape, I suppose, in formation, maybe.
Yeah. Like track 6, My Cancer should have stayed as it was from the beginning of the song.
Right.
Like, if you understand what I mean, like it should have kept that emotional side to it. Like you should be able to hear that the words mean something to him.
And it weren't just a load of... It wasn't something that could easily just wash away either. It's kind of like that thing that stays there instead of washing it away just with them vocals at the end.
But track 7 just carried on the angry vocals. Like it didn't change anything up. It just it did pull it back to being angry, but it kind of didn't do it in the way I
would hoped.
Yeah.
Would have thought of.
Yeah, like it just went back to there is a bit of acoustic-y stuff near the end of the song. Acoustic-y.
Acoustic-y. Well done.
Yeah.
Very
which I do quite like, but it wasn't really what I was expecting from it. Like it was same with track 8. Like there's more soft guitar pulling. Like because the end of track 7, Candle is called. It kind of like ended slowing down and becoming synthy and more atmospheric, and then track 8, this house kind of like pulled it back in with soft guitars, and the drums pulled it along. The drums really dragged this album along. I'm sad to say it, but as much as I love drums, the drums were the most noticeable thing about the album.
Yeah, I suppose, because when you kind of tune into the instrumental, what's going on behind it, you really do take notice of what's actually happening and what it actually sounds like.
This house as well, there was different vocal styles as well. Like it was still the angry screaming, but I think the rest of the band might have actually joined in with that.
It did sound like it.
Like the choral vocals behind it singing behind the screams.
It gave a good effect to it.
I really liked that, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's when the album started coming back to me. Like
yeah, it was just like you're redeeming yourself now.
Yeah, you're trying things different now. You're not just screaming.
I think if they did more stuff like that on an upcoming album, maybe, like when they start considering to write like a new album, maybe they'll go with more of that, and then more of the emotional kind of My Cancer beginning.
I'm hoping they do, because they've definitely got the skill. Like if you watch their playthrough, which I will link my favourite one in the description, because I do all the description stuff, so I can do that if I
yes,
want to.
you can do that. Power.
I'll put that there, along with the link to the
playlist of the album. Also link their old stuff as well, so then they can have the taste of the old stuff.
I'll link you to their first album as well. Also to any download links we find.
Yeah. Do you want me to look that up on iTunes?
We'll do that later.
Okay.
But yeah, that overall thoughts on the album. It was good, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
There were lots of things that could have made the album better, because the first album was good. When they first came out, I was there like, wow,
This is good.
This is really.
This is brilliant.
Good. Because it was something that I'd never heard before. Like, I think some people would go as far to call it mathcore, but I wouldn't. I just call it. I don't even know what I call it. It's its own thing. Because you got the heavy chugging like in metalcore kind of stuff.
Right.
But then you got some really technical, almost machine-like solos.
Machine-like.
No,
I suppose so.
If you think about work metal,
yeah,
it's kind of got that sound to it.
Yeah, it kind of does actually. When you think about it, even.
So it's really weird, but I like it. But then I was expecting something new from the second album because their first album was so new to me. Like I'd never heard stuff like that before.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking because it was just like before I dive straight into that second album, it was just like I wonder if they've got any more stuff. So I checked that out, checked all their old stuff, seen a couple of the playthroughs. I was just like, okay, I'm ready to go into that second album now. Went into it,
and it was just the same. There was no difference.
Bar like them couple of songs,
yeah,
which changed it up a little bit.
A minute of emotional screaming and a bit of core vocals. There was not much different.
I suppose so. But yet again, though, it's early days. I suppose.
Still early days. I'm still impressed by them. They're still.
They're really impressive.
They've got the skill. They've got the talent. They've got the vocalist they need. They've got the drummer they need.
They just need to work out how to pull it off effectively now. Like with some of the songs, I suppose, with the lyrics, and to actually make the lyrics in tune with their vocal talents, and then the instrumentals to kind of amp that up.
Because I'm unsure if they're signed or not, but if they're not, they really should be. Like they're 2 albums in now. If they haven't been signed, they've done this all off their own back. So that's impressive on its own.
Yeah.
But if they're not signed, they should really be signed, and I would support. I would buy pretty much all of their stuff.
Go to the gigs and stuff.
Yeah, if they went touring and they came to the UK, I'd go see them without a second thought. I really would.
Nice.
There's a bit of promotion stuff for them.
Yeah, it's like people in the UK want you.
Yes, we do. We want you. We want you to come here and for us to go mental at your gigs and destroy venues. And just fuck shit up. I think that's it for that album. I think we said all we need to say.
Yeah.
We've given you the link so you can go make your own opinion up.
Yep.
So, what next? Which band should we talk about first? We got 2 Fs to talk about.
Well, Forever in Combat?
Okay, we'll talk about ShittyCovers69, Forever in Combat. These guys are very different.
Very.
Because normal setup for a band, you'd get 5 guys together in a room recording. These guys don't do that.
They do it worldwide.
They're a multinational band. International band. I'm just getting some information about from them. They started off being a 3-piece, 2 guitarists and a vocalist by the name of Timo. There's Timo, Frederick and Young J, if I pronounced his name right, which I don't think I did. As you can tell by their names, they are not from the same country at all. So, we got vocalist Timo Bonner, who is from Germany. Young Jang Lee is a guitarist from Korea, but I think he lives in Dubai now. And Frederick, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your last name, I'm sorry. And he's from Denmark. That's what they started off as. They started off as ShittyCovers69 on YouTube, which I will again link, where they started doing covers of songs, like generally metalcore stuff like Asking Alexandria and Capture the Crown and Of Mice and Men, as we talked about earlier. That's how they started off originally. But
going off the subject again and going back to Of Mice and Men, I'd love to hear these guys did the cover
I've
of.
checked on when that song dropped on their Facebook, they put that they're going to cover that.
Oh.
So we'll be able to hear their version of it.
When that happens, we'll link dump that in the next one, maybe in the next podcast.
We'll start with that next music podcast. Whatever podcast we do next, we'll prove to you about that.
Yeah. Awesome.
No, he's not from Sweden. I think he's from Sweden actually. Yeah, he's from Sweden. Sorry, Frederick. You're from Sweden. Sorry.
What?
Frederick's Swedish.
You're changing his nationality.
Yeah, you're from Denmark now. No, you're not Swedish. But after that, they started advertising for bassists and drummers. and they did get quite a good response. They even got a keyboardist,
Nice.
synth guy, who also did backing vocals by the name of Manuel, who is that's the one from Denmark, I believe. Yeah, that's the one from Denmark. I'm really not on the ball today. I'm really not on the ball today with these.
Yeah, it's alright, whatever.
But they also got an American drummer and a bassist who I really can't remember where he's from, and it doesn't tell me on here, so
So we'll just
ignore that for now.
Yes.
But, subsequently, I knew the drummer had gone because I saw the post about that.
right.
But the bassist apparently went as well, and I didn't see anything to do with that. Like, in their members, there's no mention of a bassist and no nationality from the bassist.
Maybe they just haven't thought of updating it yet. Maybe.
So I'm not sure about that. I'm hoping they haven't, because they've got their synth guy,
Right.
who is also quite a good vocalist as well. He does some clean vocals, because Timo does mostly scream, but he does sing as well. But Manuel does like both as well, but more singing I think he does than screaming.
Yeah, I think
And
it's.
Timo's the other way around. Well, these are really good people to follow as well, because they do Skype calls and stuff as well, so you can talk to them.
Really?
Yeah, they occasionally like ask for your Skype name and then they'll add you and you can talk to them.
That's one good way of keeping in touch with the fans, I suppose.
But at the minute they're unsigned, and I really think they should be signed, because they've got 2 songs out now.
Yes.
One called Cataclysm and the other is
False Desire.
False Desire was their first song. We'll play both of them during this and link you to both of them, so you'll be able to hear them now. We can't hear them because the power of editing.
Power of editing just rules, man. Just rules.
So we got like False Desire was quite a very metalcore song. It was very chugging and open chords and breakdowns and stuff. It was very much, but there was some really nice riffs
Yeah.
to accompany it. But it was very much metalcore. Like there was no doubt what genre it was in.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I really like that one. I really like that one.
It's a very good one to start with for your own original stuff.
The meaning of the song is completely meaningless, because I think it's a language boundary, but I'm not sure. If you listen to the lyrics, they don't make much sense.
I suppose. I guess it's the translation, yeah.
Yeah.
The language barrier.
Seeing that none of them are from the UK or America, because I
Or
think
any English speaking.
yeah, their first languages aren't really English apart from Manual.
Yeah.
So yeah, then like they had that out and it's got quite a lot of views and they're becoming more popular as it goes. And then they released their second song called Cataclysm. Now I have a couple of problems with Cataclysm.
Go on then, what are they?
There's no real riffing. It's all breakdown. That's all the song is, and I think it's been overdone now. Like when it first came out, that people started just doing breakdowns. It was quite a new thing, like very powerful, very quite good. But they normally have like a little riff over it. I'm thinking more Judgment, like Chelsea Grim with this, you know, a little high bit over the top of it. I'm more thinking they used to have that, but Cataclysm doesn't really have that.
I don't know, I think bands just in general are starting to overuse the whole breakdown thing. So it works for some songs and in others it doesn't.
Like we're gonna compare this to a Mice and Men. Like they had the breakdown in the middle of it.
Right.
Not overused at all. That's perfectly placed. Like that needed to be there.
But if that was placed anywhere else in the song, I think that would have probably not set as much of a tone to the song. I don't think it would have meant as much to an uplifting song like that. I think it would have destroyed it if it was placed anywhere else.
But Cataclysm has too many, in my opinion, and some of them probably wouldn't even be classed as breakdowns. They'd be classed as riffs, even though they are just exactly the same as breakdowns.
See, that's the whole problem with it, really. It's just like the overuse of it all now. It's like, yes, people like that now. It was a new term. People like that. It's overused, I think. If your song has a breakdown, just stick it to one breakdown. Just don't overdo it with like maybe 3.
This is not saying that they're bad. I really like Broken Combat, and I really hope they do well.
Oh yeah, me too. I really do like them, and again through Michael, I found out about them. So
I'm the research behind this thing, but I really hope they make it, and I can't wait for their first album to come out. I will throw a lot of money at that album.
literally, or
Literally, I just go into a music shop, just throw money at the case or whatever, or
throw your credit card at the case.
throw my credit card at iTunes.
You don't have an iTunes. I have the
I
iTunes.
hate Apple. But that's for another time. We don't talk about this now.
this is not the time.
It's not the time.
Yes.
But yeah, we're waiting for their third single to be released, which is in the process, and it's almost done, I believe. Like, looking at what they've been posting onto Facebook and whatever else, I think it's almost done. So it might come out by the time we get this up from when we recorded it.
It'd be good if it did.
But as of now, which is Wednesday,
Yeah.
it's not out. Not out.
Wednesday. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we should just move on to our final topic now.
Yeah.
Farewell, my love. I can hear fangirls screaming.
In the distance. And their clothes hitting the furthest wall possible.
Yeah. I really don't like. I like the band. I really like them. Yeah, this is a very positive one. We'll have negative ones where we talk about stuff we don't like more. But I really like this band. But I really hate the fans. The fans annoy me.
Go on, what have they done to annoy you?
It's not the fact that they like. It's not the fact they get a lot of shit from the fans. It's that there's too much fangirling over them because of how they look.
The whole look situation, is it?
They're not like that the bride cover our face in black kind of makeup thing. It's more they're theatrical rock. They wear makeup for stage presence. Like they have multicolored hair and they wear eyeliner, which generally a bit thicker than I would, but
Than you would.
And they dress quite stage presence-ish. Like, it's not all leather, it's like proper clothing, but just like to do with their style of music that it is. Because
So it matches the style and doesn't actually make it look stupid.
Yeah, it looks
actually
alright.
fits.
It looks alright, and it's like, but loads of girls just go mad over it, and they, whenever I see talk or discussion about Where My Love, it always comes on to how they look, and I hate that.
I think that's what most people look for these days. It's always looks over sound. If someone looks good, 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to draw in the money for them.
Like, a little while ago they released their first album. No, is it even their first album? No, yeah, first album, because they've had a couple of they've had an EP before this.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was released September. I'll need a link to that to an Amazon page to buy it if you really want it.
Yeah.
Which I suggest you do because it's bloody amazing. $9.49 just so you know. But I really like all the songs on this album, and with the release of the album they went touring, but before they went touring they started doing live chats.
Right.
Like they did live streams on You Now I think it was. Which I watched one of them. And
did you?
Yeah, because they said they were posting it over Twitter like, come watch us on You Now. We'll be playing some of the songs from the track from the new album.
We've been playing some new songs from the track.
Yeah, we're playing some new tracks from the album on there. So I thought, I'll give it a listen, see what I like. Because I first heard Mirror Mirror by them.
Right.
Which was their single released before the album.
Quite a good song, that, actually.
Pardon me. The album's called Gold Tattoos, by the way, just because I haven't mentioned the name of the album for that.
Yeah.
And I really do like that song, it's a good song. So I thought, I'll go listen to what the other tracks sound like. And kind of like the side panel where the people were writing to them was just full of people talking about how they looked. And it's like, you're actually talking to them. And you're talking about their makeup and their hair rather than the music they play.
So it's kind of like you've gone into the chat knowing they're going to be on about their music and about how they sound.
Yeah, because I think the whole point of the chat was to promote their music. They were going there and they were going to, like, if someone wanted to know something about a song or what it's going to sound like, they'd answer the questions. Like, they want tour dates and where they're going to be touring or what countries they're going to.
They went into that chat expecting to promote their stuff, but all what probably came out of that was promoting their looks.
Yeah, which I think is probably the last thing you should think about whilst being in a band.
It's all because when you're on the bus, say you're on a bus, you listen to music, you don't listen to how they look, you listen to the sound and how they sound.
But yeah, there's a little rant from me about fangirls and how much I really hate them. I think we're pretty much done with this now, so I'm going to have a little rant. We'll leave all the links in the description. We'll have links to songs and stuff. Because I went to see Motionless 2 months ago.
Yeah, end of September, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was going there because, as most of you know, Motionless is quite heavy.
Motionless are really good. Motionless in white, just in case if nobody knew that.
Because they're quite heavy, and I like heavy music. I like them. Yeah,
Correct.
That makes sense,
Correct.
people. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So I went there expecting to be able to go into like loads of pits and stuff, but over half the queue were girls dressing up like the members,
Yeah, that tends to happen.
and all of the because I had a sign session before what our bands do, and all I heard was loads of girls squealing about hugging the members of the band.
I don't know, but I guess with every band, I suppose, there is that kind of element of them fangirls. So
Background noise, yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
But I think we should leave it here before my rant goes into a mental breakdown.
Yes.
So, we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time doing another different podcast. We don't know whether it'll be this one or a general one. We'll decide then.
Because gaming will come.
Gaming will come later. We'll try and start that in the new year. The gaming podcast.
When we get our shit together.
Yeah. But in the meantime, why don't you write in the description section about what you want us to talk about?
The comment section, Michael, because the
description.
Because we write in the description.
We write in the description. You write in the comment. Write in the comment what you want us to talk about. It could be another band you've heard of, which we might not have, so we can have a listen to them and decide what we like about them and what we don't. It might be a newly released album that you found, or like from a big band or a new and upcoming band. It could be something to talk about in our general discussions if you really want it to.
It could be anything that we can fit in somewhere within a podcast.
So you can leave them in the description and we'll get through as many of them as we can in the next few weeks. Yep,
we're good. That's cool.
So we'll see you next time. So it's goodbye.
Good signing out then. Awesome.
Goodbye.